Hello everyone, it's been a little over 5 months since Wuthering Waves released. 5 very eventful months where we got to see just how Kuro Games is handling a worldwide success level game, and I think it's about time we take a little look back at what these months were like, not only to understand how we got here, but also possibly to gauge where it's headed. My name's Tomo, and today I will be accompanying you through this trip through recent memory lane. So, where do we start? Launch? No, we're gonna look at the first few trailers and oh my god! This is Yang Yang!
Who the fuck is?
Jeez, Jinjo is completely different. Oh, everybody look weird, oh my lord.
Who are these niggas?
Alright, the game looks so much worse looking back, but this was super hype. Different beta tests were announced and people played the game. It being a beta and all, the game wasn't ready, but there was definitely some quality here. And so the devs got back to cooking, releasing some info here and there and then coming back with another closed beta test that was received even better. This game was the thing people were waiting for in the gacha community. At this point we can just skip a bit ahead and head towards launch. Coming off never seen before hype because of things like they rewrote the whole story to make it better and a lot of changes player felt like he needed in the closed betas. The game in terms of overall coverage and pre-registration numbers was completely unmatched. Until it was swiftly trumped by ZCC, but it's not a bit about that. Also, can we talk about the fact that they decided to drip market Changli 3 days before launch? Masterful move, honestly. It's like dangling a carrot in front of a horse. But this time it was dangling a beautiful anime woman in front of gambling addicts. So, how was launch? There is a lot to be said, but I'm not gonna be out here explaining everything the game is because you probably have played the game if you're watching this. Let's start with the good. The game felt refreshing. It's no secret this game was made for an audience of Genshin Impact players that felt dissatisfied with the game or just wanted to try something new. And with that, it absolutely delivered even in patch 1.0. While not being Devil May Cry levels of hack and slash madness, it was widely praised for how engaging and satisfying it was, as well as having fairly difficult enemies with generally interesting attacking patterns. The ecosystem felt pretty fun compared to artifacts as you don't have to necessarily use energy to get echoes, even though me personally I just get everything from passive fields, that's just me. The movement made you feel nimble and truly free to explore anything, and it would be the best movement we have in a Genshin-like game if Tower of Fantasy didn't fucking exist. Speaking of which, god, that game was wasted potential. Also, I still can't fucking believe they're making Neverness to Everness now. Like, where the fuck did you pull out this talent from? Well, that's another rant for another day, I'm just gonna spare you this time. Story-wise, it was up until the last 2 acts it was pretty boring. Not unplayable level so boring like Zelda's. But in my opinion, it had a bit of an issue with throwing terms at you and acting like you were supposed to know them, but besides that, wasn't terrible. The voice acting though, the English one, was horrid. There is no other way to say this. Absolutely no shade to the voice actors, as it most definitely was a direction issue because they did go ahead and redub some of those worst scenes, but like, what the fuck is this?
You're not going anywhere.
Oh, scary! Oh, shiver my timbers! Shut up, man!
The music in patch 1.0 was pretty mid. It had a very few standouts to me, and my Italian compatriot Marco Meatball put it in better words than I ever could, so go watch that after you're done with this video. I still need the views, and while you're at it, like and subscribe. We're getting close to 1,000 subs and it will be cool to get it before my birthday. Can I even post this before my birthday? All in all, the game was definitely good at launch, but it was a pretty rocky start. Well, first off, the game straight up did not work sometimes. Plenty of bugs, and I can't find the source on this, but I remember reading about it in the first month. That what was RAM management was so bad that opening Genshin or HSR at the time helped you run MUA better. I don't know, I thought that was fucking hilarious. Anyway, they did fix the bugs pretty quickly, and I swear to god it was new data to download every single hour and a half because of how much bug fixing they did. But they did give a very generous amount of currency as apologies and things, so everything's forgiven. I'm just gonna run quickly through what they gave. A free 5-star standard character you're choosing, free 5-star choice weapon, another free 5-star character, and a lot of fucking currency. And some people think they had to for the game to hold an audience, and I just think that's grossly incorrect. Why look at the fucking revenue chart? This is not the type of money you make by just giving your audience some freebies, in my opinion. I will say a game's revenue is an acknowledgement from the players that this game has been worth their time, and therefore spending isn't an issue because the game has some type of quality that makes it all worth it. Even though, frankly speaking, you're just burning your money with gacha games, but the point is, if you're happy and you feel the game is worth that, that's cool. Then again, FGO makes bank every single month and that game is hot garbage, so I might be wrong. Alright, our first 2 headliner 5-stars. Our general, not that one, the green one. And Yinlin. They really cooked with this one, they really did. Am I done with 1.0? Oh yeah, events. Other than the freebies we had, parkour and alloy smelt, I guess that was fun. Alright, let's move on to patch 1.1. Thaw of Eons. That kinda hurt my throat. This was a big step up in almost every department for the game. Let me explain. This patch's main thing was the new area, Mount Firmament. A snowy mountainy area. Think of it like Dragonspine, but an island where the passage of time is different from the rest of the world. Yes, I just said that. No, I'm not gonna explain it. Go and play the fucking game. What are you doing here? This area, other than being fucking beautiful, had way better music than 1.0. Just listen to this. We got new echoes to get. Clang bang, clang bang. I also felt personally that the cutscenes just looked slightly better, and this is a trend that's gonna remain true for all the other patches. I mean, 1.3's cutscenes were absolute cinema, but we're gonna get back onto that. The story was way more interesting. Not perfect quite yet, but way better. If you haven't played it, I don't know what the fuck you're doing here, but again, without spoiling much, it's about Jinxie and the Sentinel Jue, and now it all relates back to the rover. Now it culminates in an amazing boss fight where you can get Jue as an echo. What else? Let me look at the script. Changli's hot as fuck! And she almost made me rethink my choice of giving my soul to Camellia, but like, I'm still holding strong. And Jinxie is fucking sick. I'm not her biggest fan, but I like her gameplay. Let's talk about some more new stuff. We have the new tactical hologram with the crownless, you know, the main story version, that one that starts by throwing hands. This is by far my favorite hologram. I haven't cleared it yet because I'm lazy, but maybe I'll do it on my Twitch one of these days, so you should follow. Or not. What's next? A whole lot of rewards for exploring Mount Firmament, which exploration in this game is very easy to be honest, so if you have like 4 hours to waste, you could probably do it all at once. Hey, first ever Lolo campaign. People really like this, so thumbs up. I would also like to talk about the optimization, but like there's so fucking much, especially bug fixes. It's a fucking bug cemetery over here. But I mean, you can slow down the video, read it for yourself, but the game gets better, okay? And that's about it, so let's move on to patch 1.2. In the turquoise moonglow. This was a filler patch. But isn't it kinda bold to have a filler patch as your second update to the game? That's what I would have said, but they made it work, and let's see how. This patch main thing was the Moon Chasing Festival, a Huanglong traditional festival where families and friends alike come together to admire the moon and make wishes to be happy. And as DMC we're gonna be running errands of course, but with this pretty boy named Xiangli Yao. We're gonna be running the festival and some other things. All the while we'll learn about stories related to this festivity as well as meet up with some of our friends. Now how did they manage to not make this boring as shit? It just wasn't a complete yap fest honestly, and the event did not take that much time to get through, and also we have a skip button, so if you really don't give a flying fuck you can just use that. Also, Xiangli Yao is really fucking cool and he carried the patch. Plus you had another big incentive to care about the event, because after totaling 6,000 points, which isn't that much at all, you would receive a free Xiangli Yao. I don't know why, they just felt like it, and to be fair they do that quite often in their other game, but I was not expecting a 5-star already. And he's good, like really fucking good. Mine personally isn't that great, but it's what I have. The event, while not being anything special in terms of gameplay, it was completely brain dead, didn't take up so much of your time that it felt insulting, and you could go back to do other stuff. One of the other highlights of this patch was the Jaja story quest, which I really liked personally. If you didn't guess already, Jaja is the other 5-star of this patch. She actually came before Xiangli Yao. She's kinda controversial. Some people really love her, some people really don't like her. It is what it is. Nothing much to say about the rest of the patch as the festival was the main event. But we had the first run of Do Echo's Dream of Electric Sheep, which is the very first fun and interesting co-op mode, and I hope to see it back in the future. We also had the rerun of Always Mel, which it's and the game introduced a returnee bonus, so if you haven't played the game in a while, it's a good time to come back. The title of this video is probably something along the lines of Wuwa keeps improving, but even though this patch didn't quite go higher, it did hold its ground even on a filler patch, which spells good because the next patch would be by far the best one we've had, in my not so humble opinion. Patch 1. What comes after 2? 3, yeah. To the Shore's End. So what is this patch and why is it so good? This is the current patch, so if you play the game you should know this, but I'm still gonna run through it because that's the point of the video. Rover finally goes to look for the mysterious Black Shores, which reside on an entirely new area which is the best looking area in the game by far. We learn about the Black Shores and their inner workings as well as who the Shorekeeper is. Speaking of the Shorekeeper, she's the new limited 5-star of this patch, and oh my god, they really wanted to sell this character. Other than basically the whole main quest being about her and her relationship with the Rover, they also made her look absolutely stunning with an insane design and animations. And she's an amazing healer, so Verena can get some rest. And last but not least, the VA's performances in all 3 languages was stellar. My personal favorite being the English one by Stephanie McKeon, but unfortunately I still had to make like a penguin and skipper. The main story quest for this patch was, I would say top notch from start to finish, but that isn't really correct. The start section where we meet Yuhu felt kind of just tacked on at the end, like, oh, this character also comes out, so let's just include her in something. Very inconsequential, she could have also not been there, nothing would have changed, but I don't mind, I got to try her out and she's fun if you don't have Twitter freaks screaming at you for liking her. Now the cutscenes. Y'all remember I said they got better 2 patches ago, well, they look noticeably better now. They also had these top and bottom bars like a movie, and the quality overall was just stepped up. Also, the music everywhere in both the quests and just running around was very fucking good. But if this was everything, it wouldn't be that much, would it? This game prides itself in its quality of life and combat. So what did they add? A new Tower of Adversity zone. I repeat, a new Tower of Adversity zone. Endgame update? That's great, but we're not done. More endgame. Inferno Rider now has a tactical hologram. Also, I need to mention this. Story skipping has a summary now. I don't understand why we didn't have this before, but we're in the fucking future now. It's all good. There's also something I haven't mentioned, like the upcoming At the Time of Writing Lolo campaign and GN rerun with Yuhu as part of the 4 stars, but those are like the least important parts of this patch. So now that I said I think most of what should have been talked about, what does this all say about the future of the game? Well, I had a whole section here, but I had to toss it out because the 1.4 trailer just dropped. Current games, can we get some type of schedule for this shit? God damn it. But I'm just gonna say, Camellia fans, we're fucking winning. Also, this new thing, the Dream Link thingy, it looks sick, I just need to know more about it. And that's all I'm gonna say about 1.4 because I need to get this video out in a timely manner. In my previous videos about WoW, I kinda refrained of making provisions of this game's future because we didn't have much to go off of, but now that it's been over 5 months, we can more or less guess where we're going. And I will most definitely say the game will keep getting better and better with a low caveat. It's clear that from a game design and even strictly creative standpoint, they still have a lot to show us. And I can't wait to see what they got in store, especially because next patch is my patch, it's Camellia's release. But as a player, I've had this feeling that Kuro Games hasn't yet thought that far ahead in what direction to push the game, as we know only crowns of the rest of the world and or nations that are in it, as well as having characters that are non-characters. Also, I don't think personally they've been doing that great of a job at advertising themselves to people who haven't played Genshin or games like it. It feels like their only strategy at the moment is to drip feed themselves off players who drop out of Genshin. I would like for this game to stand on its own without that. But only time will tell, and in the meanwhile, I'll keep enjoying this ever-improving game. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. This has been quite the yappening, but I hope you enjoyed it. First things first, I need to upload more, I know, I'm trying. If I don't post on YouTube, I'm probably streaming on Twitch, so come check that out. It's very fun. Join the Discord server. If there's something I missed that I should have put in the video, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff you guys already know. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.